Okay, so now that we've done albums, let's tear through a bunch of other music. Some of these are singles or just kind of things that have happened on the internet. And we gotta start by talking about Post Malone himself.
Hey guys, it's Posty.
Going country, officially. He's been flirting with it for a while. He's been wearing Coulter Wall shirts, but he did this thing at Matthew McConaughey's charity where he played I'm Gonna Miss Her by Brad Paisley.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss her. Oh, looky there. I've got a bite.
And You Can Have the Crown by Sturgill Simpson.
Where they come, can't turn up, you don't sit around. If you want, you can have the crown.
They were both awesome. I mean, he was playing with Dwight Yoakam's band, so that adds a beautiful sound into the mix. They sounded great, but moreover, this to me says that Posty has kind of a humorous take in country music.
Do you guys have a bedtime?
No.
Nope. Cool, me either.
Both of those songs are sort of wry. They are jokes, and I loved how he performed them. It shows off some of the bleat, like a sheepy bleat, kind of Shakira-esque, that is in Post Malone's voice.
No telling what I might catch today.
And it was just so fun to see a pop/hip-hop star, whatever you want to call him. I ain't gonna get into that debate, but to see him make a really respectful, really country cover, I thought it was a hoot. Eric Church dropped a new song.
If it's not broke, I'm a bring it kind of guy.
But I'm not going to talk about it because I'm waiting for the release. But I did want to say, is anyone else starting to feel pre-release fatigue from this Eric Church record? I love him. I mean, hello, there's a whole painting I had commissioned of him. But 10 songs is a lot of freaking songs from a record. I don't need 10 pre-release tracks. I almost feel like the rollout of this has been so long that it's starting to dampen my excitement for this double album rather than hype it. Even if I think Break It Kinda Guy is entertainingly funky. There, I talked about it. And speaking of lengthy albums, I want to talk about the deluxe tracks that have been put out from Hailey Whitters, re-releasing kind of the deluxe version of The Dream. There's 5 new tracks on this record, and I feel like they really flesh out the sound of The Dream. These are way more kind of accessible, collaborative, a little bit poppier, melodic, fun, raucous songs. My favorite of the ones that have come out is the Trisha Yearwood collaboration, How Far Can It Go? That feels classic. That feels 90s. That feels kind of like American Girl by Trisha Yearwood to me. I also really like the song Fillin' My Cup with Little Big Town. Even the Jordan Davis one I think is really fun. I love the singer-songwriter side of Hailey Whitters, but I feel like this is some material that you could show to someone that's like got more mainstream taste, and then they'll take the deep dive and, you know, before you know it, they'll be crying in a bathtub to Red Wine and Blue. Triston Marez has been dropping new music. I talked about him last year on the channel with his song Forgot About You, but he dropped a collaboration with Ronnie Dunn. Man, we're kind of back in 90s collaboration mode. Trisha Yearwood, now Ronnie Dunn, but he has this song Where the Neon Lies.
I believe that you come back in time where the neon light.
About kind of the deceptiveness that you might feel in a smoky bar, and man, their voices are both awesome on it. I really love Triston. He's been putting out a bunch of songs. I won't talk about them all, but look, if you're not going to listen to him for his great music, smart writing, then just check the guy out for his fashion. I would say he has the best Western shirt game of anyone. Travis Tritt has dropped a new song called Smoke in a Bar.
And you could smoke in a bar.
It's his first new single in 13 years, and it's awesome. It's definitely a nostalgia trip. He's kind of looking back on the way things used to be when we could fight with each other but still get along and commune, and back when you could smoke in a bar. That's kind of the image that's being used to say kind of where have we gotten to as a society and why are things changing the way they are. That's a hallmark of country music, looking back at the way things used to be and kind of longing for them, and I feel like that's so there on this song. The Dave Cobb production is really good. The steel on this sounds awesome. Travis's voice sounds awesome. I think it's a great comeback and feels kind of prestigious and legacy. Also, I really recommend you go check out Travis Tritt's interview with Theo Von, where he talks about some of the advice Waylon Jennings once gave him.
He said, these people that come out there, he said, those are the people that work hard 40, 50, 60 hours a week to put food on the table for their families.
Yeah.
And he said, occasionally they'll splurge for a concert ticket to come see you when you play in their hometown. He said those are the only people that matter, and as long as you're pleasing them, which you obviously are, to hell with all the rest of these people.
Super interesting, really charming man. I loved that interview. A pretty new person on my radar is Jaden Hamilton, and he's got this song out now called Bad Spot.
I guess it took some going there to get me here. Some growing up.
Jaden's got a cool voice. It's definitely reminds me of Parker McCollum. There's like a bit of longing in it. There's a few songs of his I've checked out, like Found Myself in a Country Song, that are really great. This one in particular is a Casey Beathard solo write. So it's pretty awesome to nab one of those. If you don't know who Casey is, he's one of Eric Church's most frequent collaborators and one of the most famous songwriters in Nashville. And the song Bad Spot is riffing on the idea, I think, of a cell phone signal.
I lost you in a bad spot.
He's kind of comparing that to his life and saying, I wasn't in a good place when this relationship fell apart. I lost you in a bad spot, but hopefully they can pick back up. I think it's really smart, clever, and I think the whole song has that longing feeling that I think fits Jaden's voice really well. Beautiful instrumentation. I hope this takes off. I want to talk about another new person on my radar, a gal named Mae Estes and her song Roses.
But we'll just call them roses.
This is one of my favorite songs I've heard in such a long time. I think the writing on it is super clever. It's describing roses that are given to her by this apologetic boyfriend, and she's saying what each rose is for. One for every white lie that left your lips, one for some sorry apology. And in the final line of the chorus, she says, and we both know it, but we'll just call them roses. It's so loaded and sad and clever all at the same time. And the sound of this song, oh my gosh, that little steel thing where it's like da 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 after each chorus, incredibly infectious. I found Mae on TikTok, and look, there's like 100 gazillion people that are doing their thing on TikTok right now, and I get tagged in a lot of them, and cool, more power to them, but Mae really stood out to me, and I think it's her writing and her delivery, and she has this reverence for classic country. I'm so into this song Roses. I would love to somehow see it become a hit. Somehow some big label finds it. I don't think I've talked about Growing Up by Thomas Rhett yet. I know I talked about What's Your Country song, and I was very unimpressed with it. I think those songs where they're just trying to show how clever they can be, putting song titles into the lyrics, are dumb. But Thomas Rhett is going to be releasing a double album with that as the lead single. It's called Country Again, which is a provocative title. It reminds me of Can't Say I Ain't Country, as well as Tim McGraw's Damn Country Music. But I gotta say, after hearing the two other songs that Thomas Rhett released from it, I'm super kind of intrigued and excited to hear where this record goes. The song Growing Up is my favorite of the two.
A little less temper and a lot more love. I guess I'm growing up.
That little mandolin bit you get. Mandolin, making a comeback. We had it on Even Though I'm Leaving with Luke Combs. We've got it really prominently here. Obviously, the fiddle's making a comeback. Instruments just in general, I feel like, are making a comeback. But I sat here slack-jawed listening to this Thomas Rhett song being like, oh my gosh, I love the sound of this. And, you know, it's about how he's maturing. And I would say his sound is definitely maturing on this. It features, as we learned in my lyric video, one of the most common lyrics, little, all through the chorus. But he's getting a little bit older and he's a little bit wiser. And he's realizing he doesn't know everything. And maybe I'm realizing I don't know everything there is to know about Thomas Rhett. And so it's just a really refreshing perspective lyrically and musically. I feel like it's meeting the lyrics. It's actually about development and changing and growth. And so it just all works to me. And the mandolin, well. We got a new one from Maddie Tae called Woman You Got.
You say you love me, I know you love me, love that you love me, baby.
My main impression of this song is just that it's cute, it's fun. I think the chorus definitely feels memorable melodically. I don't know, that it feels like a giant new launch lead single from a new album. Kind of surprised they moved on from their last album so quickly. Die From a Broken Heart became this runaway smash, and then just they didn't follow it up. But I think what it says to me is they are ready to kind of keep their career moving, and if that is the alternative to kind of the slow roll that Maddie Tae had been subjected to for years, I'm all for it. I want them to just like go, go, go. Because I think they got a lot to say. I think they're talented, and I just want to see them run. So collectively, we can just feel like justice for water in his wine glass and stuff like My Man on their last record, and also feel excited for them that they're moving ahead. Taylor Swift and Maren Morris released a collaboration called You All Over Me.
Still got you all over me.
This was originally one of the unreleased tracks from Taylor Swift's Fearless era. She's obviously re-releasing her catalog, so these are Taylor's version, and I think the song's really nice. I think it fits into that sort of young girl perspective that Taylor Swift really captured on Fearless and the melodrama of youthful relationships.
We're never really meant to be, so I lied.
Taylor's voice is so much more mature, as is Maren's, and it's just kind of cool to hear them sing those like heightened, very teenagery lyrics with these great voices. Okay, I'm running out of time. I got a call in 5 minutes, and I have to pay my taxes tonight, so Canaan Smith is releasing a bunch of new music. Super intrigued. He's kind of rebooting and his music sounds way better. The song Sweet Virginia, I love some Virginia pride. I think it sounds nice. It goes with that other song Virginia by Scythian that I mentioned a few weeks ago. And it kind of fits with this like more traditional vibe that he had on Colder Than You. I like Blake Shelton's song Minimum Wage. I cannot believe there was a controversy around that song. I found out about that after hearing that song and I was like, man, people are overthinking that one. I don't have anything to say about Darius Ruckers or Danny Shays. That just feels very in their wheelhouse. Luke Combs has been playing some new music on his Instagram, so it feels like we're gearing up for album 3, which I'm excited about. And honestly, that's just kind of everything.
Dance with a cowboy on a straight tequila. I wish I was.
I think I ended up having way more to say about most of this stuff than I meant to, but hey, it's hard to catch up with everything, and I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts. I know there's really no negative takes in this. There's no like big yee-nah moments, but I just didn't really dislike anything in this video, and that's a nice place to be in. So I'll be back with more stuff soon. I want to do some like live streams or something soon. Like spring is in the air. I'm in a good mood, and so whatever. I'll see y'all.